fancy soup. Yeah, there was a kid at my school named Yanni Ottman. He had these small little ears at different heights on his head. You could see there was something wrong with him from a mile away. He just looked different, you know. He used to cut his own hair. His fringe was tiny, really fucking high on his forehead. He looked like Dave Hill out of Slade. It was rumoured among his peers that his mum used to bite him as a form of discipline. Can you imagine that? Your mum biting you all the time. That'd fuck you up even without them tiny little ears. She was Iranian or something, Yanni's mum, and had married the lad who ran the local chip shop. His old man wasn't right either. He used to come to school wearing his pyjamas under a suit, slippers and all. And there was something wrong with his muscles too, because it was like he was always flexing the top half of his body, shaking slightly, right down to his knotted fists sticking out from his little pyjama cuffs. Looking back on it now, poor Yanni didn't have it easy. Kids used to bully him something rotten, really terrorise him. Even me, I'm not completely innocent. This one time me and Charlie Ridley held him down and made him eat a live swan. The entire thing, Charlie was shouting in his little ears, eat it you bastard. I remember I was laughing at the time, but I still felt bad. He just kept forcing in more and more. He was crying and saying he was going to be sick, but we just kept forcing more in. There was feathers everywhere. A big crowd had started to gather and they were chanting, "Swan, Swan, Swan." Worst thing for Yanni must have been when his dad showed up. He'd come to pick him up early and he was just stood there, looking into the centre of the mob. The look on his face, pure disappointment. He just stood there, quivering, all red, just looking at his son, just the feet of the swan sticking out now. Charlie hadn't noticed Mr. Ottman and he was just laughing and shouting, "Get it down, you bastard!" But I was frozen, just looking at the two of them, Yanni and his dad. Then his dad just shook his head and walked away, just left him there. Can you imagine what that kid must have felt right then? 25-pound swan still writhing inside him and his dad just fucking off like that. Breaks your heart. They moved out after that and at school we never saw Yanni again. They say your school days are meant to be the best days of your life. Not for poor Yanni Ottman. We shoved a fucking swan in his mouth.